Hey everyone, I'm having slight issues with Discord. It's being kind of gay right now, so just give me a couple seconds and I'll get everything situated. And come on, work for me. Pop out chat. There we go. So I don't know why, but Discord's not letting me access the app, so I'm doing it from. I'm doing it from the web browser. Okay. Okay. There I am. It popped up. Got it working again. So, all these shit you gotta. There we go. Got it working. Hey, what's. Alright, so the topics today. I don't know why. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Voice widget. All right. There we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. So
Oh.
today I'm going to go ahead and introduce the topic, and then we'll play the intro, and then we'll get started.
Okay, cool.
So I'm the Critical Cracker. Today's a personal issue for me that we're going to be talking about. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Kat.
Hello, everyone. I am Arcatsuke. And yeah, Cracker and I have been friends on YouTube for a while. I do mostly kind of gay and general men's issues.
He does a lot of gay shit.
So much gay stuff.
All right, with that out of the way, I am going to go ahead and hit the intro. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so with that out of the way, with me as a bisexual man, I really don't bring my sexuality into literally anything I do, because there's really no point, because I believe there's more to me than what I want to have sex with.
Hopefully.
Right? So I was a part of the LGBT community for a long time, in the early mid thousands until God, I want to say 2008 or 9. It's when the third wave feminism hit.
About 800 gay years.
About 800 gay years.
And about 8,000 internet years ago.
Right. Go ahead and tweet this out and stuff.
I don't think you actually sent me. Did you have it on Twitter already?
Yeah, I have it on. Hold on, let me send you the link in a DM.
Okay.
And nudes.
Yes. Send so many nudes, unless they contain vaginas.
All the dick pics.
All dicks are, well, most dicks are welcome.
Anything above 5, right?
Pretty much, as long as there's nothing unnatural coming out of it.
What if it
I'm a nurse.
Freaking does a weird ass curve?
At that point, I might be calling. It's like, oh, you should have that looked at.
Hey, you can break your dick, right?
Oh yes, it's quite painful.
Do they splint it?
I'm not an expert in that area. I imagine they must. There's no bone, just as most people would probably know, but there is tissue, which if you break it if you bruise it and break it sufficiently, you can permanently divert blood flow. And it won't function correctly after that. And erections, your penis will try to become erect, but it'll be quite painful and
Ouch.
Not entirely functional. So yes, fellas, don't break your dick. It's a rough way to go.
So yeah, let's get back on topic. Well, I suppose that is the topic, isn't it? Dick.
In a sense.
Well,
in the same way that you don't want to be summarized by your sexuality, I suppose we should also say that whatever your sexuality is, the genitals that you indulge in are not necessarily the only defining element of it, although they do play a major role, in the same way that you can't really have sushi without fish, which is perhaps an unusual. You are definitely not from the West Coast. You would be honestly, on the West Coast, you could be forgiven for for being white and not, I don't know, some weird minority. But there are two things you cannot say in California, no matter who you are, whether you're gay, white, transsexual, black. You have to like sushi and avocados. To dislike either of them is to risk not just public ridicule, but possible dismemberment.
I don't like either of those things.
Oh
I
well.
also like guns.
Well, I mean, believe it or not, we mentioned this a while ago when you and Jagan and I think Rational Outlaw might have been there. We were talking about when the new California proposal came up to split California into two different states, and it'll never happen, but it did bring up some interesting points a lot of people don't realize, which is that California is really, really big, and outside of the really dense urban cores and like really ultra liberal coastal communities, California is much closer to what you might imagine, Texas or the South, depending where you go.
Right.
Like,
And
if you,
yeah, get back. Sorry to interrupt you, but getting back to the main topic, it's
mhm,
the issue is feminism, specifically third and
always.
fourth wave feminism. And
Honestly, making a distinction at this point is not much of feminism of any wave at this point. If it's still active, it's pretty virulent.
right, it's what I noticed when I was in the community is them slowly infecting everyone's thoughts, like
Yes.
and opinions. Um, I've been called out. I've been saying you're not bisexual. You don't like men. I've been told it's a fad that I have to choose and blah blah blah. I've been in the dating scene. I've been completely turned down all the time, which is fine. Everyone has their preference.
By
Um,
men or women more often, do you find?
Surprisingly, men.
Um, actually, that I would say that doesn't surprise me as much as I kind of wish it did, but we can get more into that later.
Yeah, and let's see if Train Anime want to come on.
I've never actually spoken to Traname before.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Hmm.
But
If nothing else, she gets credit for having the coolest name ever. Traname. Sorry, you were saying.
and
Hello?
it's. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes,
I
yes.
was distracted.
I'm the
it's
master of breaking people's focus.
it's it's irritating, to be honest. Yeah, sure. People, I'm always upfront about it, and people are like, "Oh, you're gonna cheat. Oh, you're gonna have." If with a guy, oh, you're gonna cheat on a woman with me on a woman, blah blah blah, and I don't know what their experience with dating bisexuals are. It's no. It's like if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm in a relationship with you. You know what I mean? It's
I
monogamous to.
I guess that's something that there's part of the learning curve. And honestly, like when I first met you, it was really the first time that I'd ever had a non-grinder hookup relationship with self-identified bisexual men. And before that, I'd only met a couple. Um, it's I think that's one of our earliest messages. I was telling you about how, like, in the past, I think I've been guilty of a lot of the things that you were talking about, because there is a strong sentiment, at least among younger gay men. I don't know if it goes to older gay men, but a lot of gay men are very much of the mind that, like, if you say you're bisexual, that you are just trying to be more acceptable, I guess, which doesn't necessarily make sense.
It really
Since,
doesn't.
I mean, it's put this way: in the mind of, in the mind of certain inexperienced younger gay men, they somehow would think that's more acceptable, and maybe it comes from the fact that female bisexuality is considerably more acceptable than either way more acceptable than being a bisexual man, and definitely more acceptable than being a homosexual man in certain situations. Not all, of course, but I don't think people take a woman's ex, declaration of bisexuality as seriously, depending on the woman and the situation, of course. But I mean, if nothing else, I guess we could blame television for that, since we like to blame everything on television in our culture.
Mhm.
But no, you watch any Showtime, HBO, back when people used to watch, the premium channels because that was the only place you could see boobs and butts and hear cursing on television. What a concept. I'm dating myself when I say this, but yeah, you'd often see, if you're going to see any kind of, you know,
Whoa, what the hell just happened? God damn it. I did something. Hold on. Hold on. I did something. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I did something stupid again. I did something stupid. Sorry about that. I fucked up. 1 second. Right. All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
All right. I dipped out for a second. I clicked the wrong button, so my bad.
Could you hear me while I was talking?
No.
Oh, but it was brilliant. Well, I can't repeat it now. I'd have to charge you for that, like Khalees for her milkshakes. No. When was the last you heard me?
I forget.
I mean, in a nutshell, bisexual women have always been very acceptable on television, and men are usually either straight or gay on television. I can't remember the last time I saw a bisexual man on television.
I don't care about representation, to be honest. I'm one of those.
I don't so much mean that, you know, I'm not, again, I had said earlier during the part you didn't hear that it's not so much about sounding like an SJW. It's like, we need more representation. It's more like, I think that's where people sometimes base some of their attitudes when they don't have their own experiences. Like the idea that some people would think, like, they would tell you, you're just, you know, you're just playing the field, or you're really gay and you just can't come out because perhaps, and I don't know, this is just my supposition, that in the same way that because of the way media represents bisexual women so readily, and it seems to be more acceptable because you don't usually see an out and out lesbian on a lot of properties. She's almost always bisexual. So people tend to, I think, maybe think that bisexuality is more acceptable than homosexuality. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I mean,
I could be on the tangent.
Maybe in the bigger scope of things, people are more accepting of bisexuals, but within the actual community itself,
but I don't think people actually are. I think people think that it's more accepted, but I don't. For men, at least, I don't think it's accepted at all. Not really.
No,
I think it freaks people out.
Yes, they're like,
unfortunate.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many relationships have gone down the shitter.
With men.
With men and women, because they think I'm cheating, which I never did, mind you. And it's just the jealousy. That's the thing here. The jealousy. And it's frustrating because, you know, I'm the kind of person that when I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm in it for the long haul. You know what I mean? Whether they're male or female is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ghost Dog, how's it going?
Yeah, and Santa Bacon is there too.
Bacon.
He's awesome. Have you ever talked to Santa Bacon?
I think briefly once before. Trinity might actually come on. She said she was she's in the middle of something.
Okay, yeah, Santa Bacon does the Gaytriarchy with Prince, Spacepan, and I. Like, he is our resident researcher. He's very smart, and he lives in the Bay Area with me, so I have a natural simpatico. I've never met him in person.
Fuck the Bay Area.
I mean, it's certainly not paradise. I don't think you're going to meet anyone who's going to be making an I Heart Bay Area t-shirt like they do for New York with any non-ironic seriousness, unless they're like some 17-year-old idiot. Sorry, 17-year-olds. But I mean, you know,
Well,
it's a place. It's where I grew up.
And Saint of Bacon makes a point here. Let me read his comment. Bi isn't accepted in the rainbow dominion unless you're the right type of bisexual, and straight people don't care for the most part, excluding some women. That's, yeah. I mean, as for a bisexual, for what kind they choose? Maybe it's the feminines, the femmes.
You would actually probably find it interesting talking to Saint Bacon because he identifies as bisexual, but in a different way than I've heard other people identify. Sorry, I'm outing all your secrets, Bacon.
Wait, like,
well, you've already said this before, but
like bisexual as in liking both genders?
Yes. We haven't actually, we keep meaning to have a full conversation about it, but the last he told me, and Bacon, please correct me if I say this wrong, but Bacon has had has attractions to transsexual women, and so he considers himself, in addition to regular men, and so he considers himself to be bisexual.
Wait, so he's had relationship with?
I'm probably you should probably just invite him on if you like.
Yeah, send him a Discord link, and
yeah,
did I give you
Bacon,
that?
Are you? I don't know if I was already in your Discord.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no. I probably, honestly,
I'll DM you the link and just copy it, give it to him.
Yeah. Are you sending on Twitter or Discord?
Discord, motherfucker.
Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm kind of on the defensive, you know. This about dating trans people. I don't care. I would date them regardless. It doesn't matter. What's
I don't know if I would.
For me personally, as a bisexual man, it doesn't matter. If I find you attractive, and you find me attractive, then you know we'll have relations, as it say.
I admire that kind of openness. I myself am I'm less complicated. I just like dicks, and I mean no disrespect to transsexual people, but I've seen transsexual genitalia, and it just doesn't do it for me myself.
Well, you know, it goes without saying, you know, you can't force a gay man to have sex with a transsexual man unless you're Riley. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me, at least.
Did you already send me the link?
Yeah, I did.
I never use Discord, as you can tell.
It's below my experience in the LGBT link. So,
okay.
Bacon, go ahead and when you join the room, head into the waiting room for the stream, the voice waiting room, and I'll move you into the Crackerbox podcast channel.
The Streamlabs link?
Wait, no. Shit. No, don't share that. Hold on.
Okay, I was going to say, that doesn't sound right.
Give me 1 second, man. 1 second. Copy.
I'm just going to sing for you people now.
Don't you fucking dare.
La 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 la.
Right. You know, I'll just set it on Twitter.
Yeah, that always... Discord is one of those things that always seems like it's a great idea, unless Crowd and Key does it. But
oh, hold on.
Yeah, it never seemed. Oh,
our board cancer is in the waiting room. Hold on.
Oh, this is getting crowded, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Hold on. What's up, man? Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Cancer.
Yeah, your mic's kind of out of whack. Stay away from your mic a little bit.
Well, I have to use my phone for this. Yeah, unfortunately.
I just sent the link to Bacon.
Oh, Bacon says he's unavailable.
Oh, well, fuck you, Bacon.
But
How
yeah,
dare you?
What were we talking
about? Bisexuality and well, I was trying rather vainly to explain Bacon's situation because I don't we haven't had a full conversation, so I'm not comfortable.
Let's not touch on that, though. I'd rather have him here.
Yeah, he's very interesting. You'll want to talk to him.
But I'm more traditional of there are only two genders. The non-binary stuff for me.
Yeah, which is why you're not pansexual.
No. Oh, okay. Rant time. Here we fucking go.
Ooh,
all right.
Rant.
Pansexuals are pussy bisexuals. Let me explain. Pansexuals are the kind of people. Excuse me. They're the kind of people that would. Shit. I lost my train of thought again.
He went red. Like the rage was too much for his carbohydrate brain.
But I don't like pansexualism is an insult to bisexuals and
yeah.
Would you like to hear my theory about why they have pansexuals? I think I kind of stole it from Prince of Queens a little bit, but my own personal take.
Bisexual for me, what I think it is because bisexuality, it's like there's two genders, so you're attracted to both.
That's right. It by in its very name identifies the gender binary, which currently runs against the predominant gender theory narrative.
Which, if you're pansexual, you're a fucking idiot. You're a bisexual person in denial about what that there are only two sexes and genders or whatever the fuck that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just irritating.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but there's so much anti-science right now that's just flooding the gates right now in the left. I mean, it's really funny. Growing up intensely Christian, I always associated conservatives with rampant anti-science. And don't get me wrong, flat earth people and anti-vaxxers are at least, well, the flat earth people I find are almost entirely Christian. Anti-vaxxers are about 50-50, but still, I never associated anti-science with the left quite as much as when gender theory came out, because it's just hilarious to hear people like Riley and the other SJWs who have largely
don't get me started on
silence.
Riley.
I know.
Man, don't get me started.
Is there even any need? They seem to have lost all relevance at this point, or just completely disappeared from the internet.
Right. Riley's just a dumbass.
Totally.
He's a
the way
dumbass.
I see Riley is that Adam's apple is actually a giant tumor that is quickly growing and slowly cutting off oxygen.
I can barely hear you, man. You're super close.
Is this better?
That's way worse.
Is this better?
That's perfect.
Okay. Anyways. Like I was saying about Riley G. Dennis, he's such an idiot, and here's why.
You are still sick, I see.
Unfortunately.
I tried to watch your video, but you were coughing so much I kept wanting to give you Tylenol.
Here's like I'm saying, that Adam's apple is actually a tumor that keeps growing bigger quickly over time and is slowly cutting off oxygen to his brain, and that's why he's such an idiot.
Or what if that actually is his brain? Like the reason he hasn't shaved it off is that's his actual brain, and like his skull is just full of like, I don't know, estrogen jelly or something, some nonsense. Oh god. I think Riley's just a rapist. I mean, I shouldn't say rapist, but I mean, his whole MO is so much about like, just trying to guilt lesbians and other trans.
The point of lesbians is to have sex with other women, like.
Yeah.
So the only way to get to tap that ass is to tell them that there's no such thing as women and that they're being bigots. And if they're stupid and not highly radicalized like TERFs, then they'll fall for it. Never underestimate the gullibility of granola. Riley certainly knows that.
Or soy.
Yeah, granola's even worse. Actually, here's the thing. You always hear about soy boy. I know I'm taking you on a tangent, Cracker. I'm very good at that. But you always hear about soy boys. You don't usually hear soy being applied to women though.
Well,
Other
that's
than
because
No.
that's because their MO is being fueled with estrogen.
That's
Mhm.
that's because usually soy contains estrogen. That's why I never hear about it with women because it.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't really it kind of, I mean, it will raise your estrogen levels. I don't know if I'd have to look that up to see if it
Well,
actually contains, but tomato, like, yeah.
right,
You'll
but
definitely raise your estrogen levels if you drink a lot of soy milk.
right. So back to the topic.
Topic.
Ranting about fucking Dennis. Well, what I don't like about the LGBTQR QRT TTRR 6969 wacko foxtrot incoming community is
Don't
the
forget the Jigglypuffs. How dare you erase the Jigglypuffs?
oh yes, the Jigglypuffs is not only the identity politics, but them loving to add new fucking words to the
Oh, yeah.
LGBT. I
Yeah, I
mean,
called them the soup in my video, but because they're
it's
always
just
adding more
it's
letters.
just stupid. Like
Did you hear about them trying to add K for kink?
that isn't that a
What?
fetish?
Apparently, it's an identity now, according to
That
some people. It
that's
hasn't been universally
stupid.
identified, but
You guys are
yes.
stupid.
Hey,
All of
why do you
you.
think why do you think I'm such a big gig tow now? Because I can't take this anymore. We have to remove the G from the cancer before it metastasizes and consumes us whole.
Well, some people in the Hearts Progress movement, the pedophiles or whatever,
Are they real or some weird like
See-
meme 4chan thing?
Unfortunately,
I
they
can't
are
tell.
actually
some
real.
people think they're fake. Some people think they're real. I think
They're real.
some people are in that group are fake, but a good portion of them are indeed real. They were trying to put P for pedophile at the end of it.
Pedosexual, I believe.
Oh my
but-
god! Don't even get
to
me
make
started.
it more palatable. Oh yeah, and that's a big one. Why GigTow, get away. These people are going crazy, like in the worst way.
It's just like, adding pedophilia to the list. It's just like that. No, okay, no.
And
Having
that's why.
two
And
gay
even if
men
it's
having
not-
consensual sex is completely different from an adult victimizing a child.
And if they added the pedo to it, many people would be fleeing the LGBT community in droves.
Yeah, I didn't
They
even
would
hear
have
any of
tried
that.
He's saying if they
What?
add pedo to the list, if pedosexual becomes part of the pantheon, then people will flee LGBT in droves. I think that's about the only thing which could probably scare people if all of the other feminist craziness, transgender mania wasn't enough.
Not to sound like a MGTOW though. I think the problem we were having before is as soon as you added women to the equation, shit went downhill fast.
Hallelujah. Preach, brother, preach.
Like, I'm not trying to be sexist or whatever, but look, we had something going, and y'all ruined it.
Yeah,
Any of the level-headed lesbians that were in the group that helped the cause are gone.
pretty much. I mean, they exist. You meet every once in a while. You meet a sane lesbian, but I mean, they're sort of. I'll put you this way: in the Amazon rainforest, there are a species of freshwater pink dolphins. They're real.
Hold
There
on,
are.
I'm gonna about add someone else to the chat. Hold on.
Alright.
Hey, Yobi. Yobi, are you alive?
Who's a good boy, Obi? Bro lover.
Isn't
Hey.
that specious?
Sit.
I did it again. I did it again. Hello? Hello? God damn it. Hello? Sorry, I fucked it up again. 1 second. Hold on. I fucked it up, you guys. 1 second. Hold on. Let me just stop the stream real quick. I'm having an issue with my computer. Give me like a few minutes.
Well, we're still hearing each other, and I can hear you more or less.
All right, streaming's back up. Sorry about that, guys.
Did it go down?
Yeah, my app won't open on the for some reason. I don't know why.
It's because you touch yourself at night.
It's true. I do every night.
I touch myself and sometimes other people. Usually they ask first. But...
All right, stream's back up. Sorry about that, guys.
The wrath of the gods will come down upon you.
Wrath of the Twitter gods.
Twitter, YouTube, all of the media gods bless you. Oh, did you hear the craziness about well, it started with Craigslist, but it's really going to spread everywhere across the internet. So, Craigslist closed its personal section because Congress changed the law for sex trafficking, saying that if sex trafficking happens on your website, even if you have explicit rules against it and try to keep it from happening, you're legally liable.
Oh, well, that's great. I guess internet dating's dead.
Internet dating
exactly
and
sure.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
exactly
be
sure.
honest here. Craigslist isn't the greatest place to get a one-night stand.
I will disagree with you. I have, in my lifetime, met some very interesting people on Craigslist. Granted, it was a while ago. Grindr kind of eclipsed that. But yeah, for gay and closeted men, Craigslist was Grindr before there was Grindr.
And then,
I met my ex-fiance on Craigslist.
I've never met anyone that I kept on Craigslist, but I did meet quite a few people.
Yeah,
What on earth is going on?
Stupid.
I can't hear you for whatever reason, Trinity.
I
Oh,
can hear. Like, can you guys hear me? Like, I hear myself like all crackly in the background.
I could hear you, Cat, but I can't hear Tranime.
hold on.
Okay, Cracker, are you sure that this is better than just doing the hangouts?
Well,
on
normally
YouTube?
this shit's working. I don't know. It's probably because of my fucking. It's being. Hey, Yobi, are you a mod? Did I make you a mod?
I'm in the circle of magi.
Okay, I think that's a mod, but I'm not sure. All right, better. Hello? Hello? Ah, I broke it again. I broke it. Okay. Why won't this open? Why you gotta be gay like this, fucking Discord? Open, you cunt. Alright, well, I'll just have to... Alright, I'm back, I think. I can't hear anyone. My shit's, I fucked up again. Alright, anyone hear me? I have no idea what's going on here. Don't move.
Obviously, she is like positionally fluid. You are trying to confine her in your narrowly defined podcast box, and that is wrong.
I am a terrible person. Yes.
You are a terrible person. That's why I spent the last 3 weeks making a video with you.
Oh, speaking of which, how's that coming on?
I'm an obsessive editor, and every time
show me what you have, and we can work with it.
Yeah, it's all. I know I've been saying this for a while. It is almost done. Finally, I finally integrated all the audio, finished all the sequences. Now, it's literally just a question of stringing them all together now. But, so yeah, it honestly, at the risk of hyperbole, I really think it'll be one of my better. Not better. I think it'll be my best video, just because I've never actually done something like this where it was 100% original content, not like a response to an article or something like that. It's just us. But it when you're making absolutely every frame, every moment, every bit of audio, and you're that, yeah, it's not a quick process. But it is almost done. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it's almost done. And you'll be very happy.
Like,
Lady Cracker may not be so happy, but
like, how done? Like a day done? 3 days done?
Not 3 days. I promise you, not 3 days. Like literally, like there was. I thought I was going to be done sooner before, because I thought the audio was fine, and then I realized that there was like sections of it that were missing, so I had to track them down and get them back into place. But all the actual video sequences are done, all the actual audio sequences are done, so now it's just a question of putting them together and making sure that it lines up correctly.
All right, cool. Now, Trent Anime, can you hear me? Huh. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on with that.
The silence is deafening. Well, I guess we just have to continue on our theme then, and just ignore the technical issues, because they be abounding tonight.
They be abounding tonight, son. Word.
You're not my father. How dare you presume Patreon on me? That wasn't a word. Sorry.
Trent Anime, go ahead and disconnect from the server and come back again. We'll figure this out.
Maybe if she identifies as a Discord administrator, like, they will allow her to just work without any of these restrictions.
All right. Inquisitor. There you go. You are now an Inquisitor. I kind of tried to base off my roles and my Discord as religious rankings.
I'm just a gay cat, according to you, right?
You're in the circle of Magi, I think.
Oh, there we go. Okay. What happened to Yodi?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, should we get back to bisexuality?
Yes, let's get back to bisexuality. She'll come back.
Okay. What was the last thing we were talking about bisexuals? The last thing I remember talking about was that female bisexuality is considered, at least culturally, more acceptable than male bisexuality, and that gay men typically treat bisexual men as either liars or like you're really closeted and you just don't want to say so, or, as you were saying, untrustworthy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's... For me, it's kind of like, I got to the point where I didn't even want to try anymore to try to date men because of the backlash. And, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't want to insult I'm losing my words. I don't want to presume, because I really don't know what that's like. I mean, I think men are great, but I'm a bit biased in that decision, obviously. I don't know what to tell you in that area.
Well,
a lot of it's probably based on where you are and who you're talking to, and
I love
the
the
world is full
puff.
of assholes.
Like, I love the pussy, man. It's great. It's really good, but the dick's not too bad either. So it's like
the dick's pretty. I love me some dick.
Dream girlfriend right now is a fucking hermaphrodite, I guess.
Really?
Probably. I don't know.
I'm not sure that's. I'm not sure that's. I've actually treated intersex hermaphrodite people. I'm not sure that's what you want actually, but I think what you might actually want is just a semi. Oh, hey, Cracker, can you excuse me for just 1 second?
Okay.
All right, sorry, 1 second.
Are you back again, Tranny?
Hey,
Tranny. Oh, yay!
finally, something worked.
Sorry about that. My computer was acting up. I don't know what the hell that's about. Everyone, go ahead and tweet this out, and hopefully we can get more people on and we can talk more about it. So, what is your experience dating bisexual men? Or have you at all?
Nope. No, I have not. I dated one straight guy.
Okay. Now, is there a reason? Like, do you think that there's what's the word?
All right. Sorry about that.
Welcome back, Kat. Do you think?
Hello.
Is there a reason you don't think about it, or you just never encountered one?
It's very rare that I find a guy attractive, and that one just happened to be straight. So,
well, that
Straight
works.
men
Yeah.
are very interesting, but maybe it's just because they're very masculine.
See, I
yeah, not this one.
I like my men that look feminine. I don't like some. I like some masculine men.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a bear, and that seems to be what I attract. So, yeah, I like to take very masculine men, sometimes straight ones, and just see how far I can push them, and that's fun.
But yeah, I mean, I think
they're probably not actually straight if they're in a room with me and in the situation. I don't I don't have a van or anything like that.
If your dick or his dick is in anyone's mouths and they're both guys, they're gay.
Pretty gay.
Well,
or at the very least, very experimentational.
I mean, no, it's still pretty gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Probably.
gay.
It's pretty gay.
It's still pretty gay.
I mean, from my perspective, I don't really care that much. Like, what your personal adjective is, as long as you have equipment that I need and want, and I have access to it, and you're interested in what I have. I'm a bit of a whore sometimes. Not all the time.
Well, when I was a teenager, man, I was a raging whore.
It's a good thing, as long as you use condoms.
Yep. But one up on the women that have on guys, though, the self-lubrication is a big plus.
Yeah, of course, a broken condom, like, other than the risk of sickness, is also the risk of a whole nother human being.
True. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I worry about.
You definitely don't want it to happen accidentally. But yeah, it's its own thing. I mean, if you like women, you like women. If you like men, you like men.
Also, buying lube is so fucking expensive.
It's still cheaper than children.
You got a point.
Children cost an average of $200,000 per child, and that's just the bare basics. That does not even count in college.
Are you sure you can't get them cheaper on the black market?
Cheaper in the black.
I don't so much mean the cost of buying one, but the cost of supporting one and not getting CPS called on your ass is pretty expensive. I should know my sister's a social worker. There are things you can do and things you cannot do with children.
All right, we got a few people in the waiting room. 1 second. Introducing Rational Outlaw. Hey, Rational, and
Hey, Cracker.
everyone's favorite cancer, Lord Cancer. Excuse me, pardon me. So, let's safe to say, like 90% of this room is gay. Hold on. Yobi's in the chat room. Oh, this is getting kind of crowded. Hold on. Safe to say, like, oh, Prince of Queens, man, you gotta get a Discord, bro.
Yeah, I would join that shit in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, there's Prince of Queens in the chat. Now he's one of my favorite favorite content producers left, because so many have like backstabbed me and like fucked me around.
He's a man of
Queens has always been consistent.
Yeah.
Like, my picture of you, Yobi, is my head is a small Latino guy. Am I right?
You're half right.
Okay. What is the other half? White? Black? Barney
Maybe
the-
it's just.
I'm Latino, but I'm not small.
All right, medium? Medium height?
And
medium
now
build?
you've gotten a lot of the people interested in you, Yodi.
Mate, you probably want to fuck my ass now.
Oh, yes. Let me put
You know,
it in your
people-
pooper.
People have such narrow perceptions of what it means when a gay man says he's interested in you. He may not want to fuck your ass. He may just want to see you naked and possibly put your penis in his mouth. It's a
Same.
whole nother level going.
Can
that way.
I tell y'all a story of my dating in the community? I'm using air quotes if you can't see.
I saw them with
So-
my gay eyes. I saw them.
So this is the setup. I met a dude online through an app. It was a black guy. He was a little bit older than me, and we met up, hit it off. First date was great, and then a few days later, or a few weeks later, I should say, we were talking and stuff. Then we went on a second date. All right, and that's when we did this stuff. I'm not gonna go into detail because kids might be watching. So after, we're sitting in his car and he looks at me. He's like, I have a wife. I'm not gay. And I looked at him dead in the eye and I said, what we did was pretty gay. Yeah. So that's one of my stories. I mean, it's true. Like,
I met a guy at a, I forget what the hotel was, but it was across the street from a miniature golf course, and he was beautiful. And but he was afterwards. He was like really nervous. Like about halfway, I shouldn't even say afterwards. About halfway through, he's like, I just don't know. I have a girlfriend. I'm like, okay, should I go? And he's like, well, I feel bad, but I'm also really horny.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, I can go or stay, but you kind of need to tell me if it makes you feel any better. You can do this with me or other dudes and still love your girlfriend. Like, that's a thing.
I mean,
People do it all the time.
but be a cheating
Makes you
douchebag. Yeah,
Let's see that okay, I guess maybe that's one thing that is I don't know if it's a gay straight bi thing or if it's just
it's a
whore
gay thing. It's a gay
Yeah,
thing.
because in the gay community, like, I'd say that relationships exist on a spectrum, if I should borrow. There are many reasons for it. Like, for instance, my husband and I, we've been together for 10 years. And, we're 10 years later, we're crazy about each other. as crazy as you can be after 10 years, because after a certain point, flirting starts to sound a lot like hatred. But you know, we've got a house, a bunch of cats, like we're good. My husband's disabled, however. I've mentioned this in streams before, and it just doesn't happen very often. Not his fault, but you know, it doesn't really happen very often. And I've got my needs, and so you know, sometimes I just go off and do my thing.
Is he aware of that?
Oh no, it's agreed upon. It's
okay.
We
I was gonna
open.
say like.
Oh no, we talk. Oh no, that would be crazy douchebag. No matter what the no. We talk. No, I'll tell him where I'm going, or like, hey, I'm going to the bathhouse. He's like, oh, okay. Drive safe. It's raining. You know.
For me personally, I don't like to share.
It's for him in particular, because he'd been cheated on by his previous partners. He basically said, you know, I'm not crazy about that you have to do this, but I understand that you got to do this and I can't help you, so I at least want to know. He likes to know where I am, so I tell him. Yeah, and sometimes he'll tell me whether it's not a good day or not, and, but we're weird.
I mean, I think that's an exception to the rule.
Because me, I'm not gay, so.
Yeah, women won't let you do that.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I wouldn't say women in even but
most. I'd say 99% of women will not even. 99% of women will not let you do that, and the 1% of women who say they will let you do it, 80% of them are liars.
Look, hey Jagan, what's up, man? So, if that's cool, if you guys came to agreement with that, like that, that's fine. But for me personally, I could never do that to my girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's a trust thing. You know what I mean? If I can't trust her to not cheat on me, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird because she's in the whole BDSM scene. So she likes it. I'm kind of like, I don't want to really dip my foot in it.
It really brings a whole new meaning to when say beat that pussy up.
Right. Yeah. Right. I really don't want to dip my foot in it just yet because
maybe she wants you to put the foot in it.
Well, she does, but at the same time, but like I can't really, control when you're in the mood. When you're doing it, I kind of like, rage mode, sex machine or whatever. So I have to learn restraint before I even consider doing that.
You know what? I'm in the BDSM community.
Are you?
Oh, she's like dominant, right?
Oh, your girlfriend. Okay.
Oh, my girlfriend?
Wait, whose girlfriend are we talking about now? Are we talking about yours, Yodi, or?
Okay.
No, okay, I'm dominant. Yeah. I'm the dominant one.
Ah.
She's a similar.
No, it's because I heard her.
That's how the cracker crumbles.
I just assumed that she was the.
Oh no, that's how we argue. I'm willing to admit. Don't take this out of context, you guys. She wins like 90% of our arguments.
Well, of course she does. She's a woman.
Yeah. So, but
that's why women have relationships with men, so they can win.
In the bedroom, though, I am the dominant one.
She lets you think you're the dominant one.
Well, she knows.
You may be penetrating her with your penis, but she's fucking your soul with her face vagina.
I'll be honest here. I prefer to keep it monogamous. I mean, that's just how I am. I mean, I've met guys on Grindr like, oh, we're looking for a third, and I just usually reject them and just say, I'm not interested.
Oh, you're one of those. People like you have sabotaged so many great times for me.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, I'm loyal to one person only, and I am going to be with that person. And because if I was in an open relationship, I wouldn't be thinking of the person I'm with. I'd be thinking of the real person I'm with. So, I mean, it wouldn't be fair to that person or the person I'm on a date with.
This really must be a bisexual thing, because I honestly cannot relate to this, because to me, relationships and sex are completely divorced from each other. I mean, usually, I mean, let's put it this way, not divorced, but they're not mutually exclusive. I completely understand having an unfailing relationship with a person that you've been with this person through thick and thin, you're never going to leave them. I also understand being monogamous with a person. But these things don't necessarily coincide. I've met plenty of people who are super ultra monogamous, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're in a relationship. They're just not having sex with other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to tell everyone go out and be whores. That's my thing.
Well,
it's a gay thing. But
I
just don't understand the fear of the people have about.
It's not fear. It's respect.
Yeah.
I just
for
don't
me,
see why it's such a big deal.
It is a big deal because, God forbid you catch something and you give it to your partner.
Well, that's what condoms are for,
God forbid,
basic screaming.
Let me finish my thought though. God forbid you pass something to them, or something happens and that other person you're with is overly attached, and then the whole love triangle happens, drama happens. In order to avoid that whole mess, you shouldn't even put yourself in that situation to begin with. Period. And for me, I will not cheat on my girlfriend because I know that would destroy her. Sex and the relationship for me are intertwined. For a few reasons. I noticed in the gay community, especially when I was dating men, it was hump and go home. They were done, they came, they're going to go home. They wanted no relationship after. And for me, for me, it was someone who okay, well, sex is meaningful. It adds to a relationship. You know what I mean? It's just not necessarily the whole thing.
Certainly.
Right? But when people are disregarding how sex is really a cornerstone to a relationship, and they're just disregard the consequences of it, that disturbs me greatly. I'm all for having a one night stand once in a while, but when a lot of these guys, especially on Grindr, do it on the daily, it's frightening.
There's certainly too much of a good or bad thing. I guess maybe in particular my perspective is different, not just because I'm gay and not having any kind of relationship with a woman, but also because I'm in a long-term relationship with a disabled person.
Right, and that's fine if you both came to the table and be like, hey, this is a situation.
Well, it didn't. Well, here's the thing: it didn't start that way. It came the disability emerged over time,
right?
And and the reason I'm saying this is not because I'm trying to make anyone feel sorry for my abstract husband, or because I'm trying to justify my whorish ways that I fuck who I want, or not. I don't need a justification for it. Why I'm saying this is specifically, I don't know if it's. I mean, maybe I'm just a strange person, but for me, I got to the point where I thought, or at least I've come to understand that, the relationship I have with my husband, for instance, like I said, 10 years, a house, animals, we've got extended family, a lifetime of Thanksgivings together. To me, that's the relationship. The coming home and laying in bed and knowing what the other person is saying, even when they're not talking, is the relationship. I think that the sex is important to an extent, but in the same way that I think it's just something that a lot of people have, and people think it's completely and utterly essential, in the same way that most people think that having a car is completely essential to living a modern life. But there are plenty of people, for instance, who don't have cars and still, despite everyone's amazement, manage to get along in life and be regular people. And that may not be the best simile, but what I mean is I invite people to think about relationships outside of the strictly, let's say, very Christian or just overtly religious context, which is very.
I'm off the bed.
Yeah, which And I think that a large, like social psychology tells us that women are conditioned to be very afraid of, anything but strict monogamy for the purpose of A, they don't want to be abandoned with, the baby at the campfire. And, a lot of the dynamics that come between men and women have to do with, running a successful society and traits that are agreeable to that, which, in a modern society where birth control is easily available and, we can't even agree on gender, I guess these concepts are maybe not quite as indispensable as they used to be. Not to say they're not important. If you value your partner and you think that, you can't imagine sharing them with someone else, then that's the kind of relationship you have. But I just think that people maybe, just maybe, need to take a step back and examine. Oh God, I sound like such an SJW.
Look, I get what you're saying. Different strokes for different folks, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when I get
way to simplify my argument, Cracker.
You're welcome, by the way. But for me and for a lot of people, for being monogamous with one person is not only, of course, I would agree with you, it's beat into us, but also it saves you from certain situations that if you weren't monogamous, you would fall in, i.e. getting another chick pregnant or getting HIV or AIDS or whatever the situation may be. If you know what I'm trying to get at, that's cool.
Well, that's a matter of good hygiene and just caution. I mean, you can get sick, and injured.
Another argument I can make. A lot of these, from my experience, a lot of gay men don't want to wrap up, and that's a huge problem.
It is a huge problem, and let me tell you, any gay people that are out in the audience or anyone who ever hears this gay nurse, if he meets you and you tell him, I don't like to, I'm on PrEP, I will slap the fucking shit out of you because you are a dumbass. Even if you're on PrEP, even if you aren't getting HIV, you can still get syphilis, you can still get gonorrhea, you can still get HPV, and even if it doesn't affect you, you can spread it. I don't care if it doesn't feel as good. Put the fucking condom on, you selfish fucks.
Oh, so you're a nurse?
Yes.
All right, so all of the people in this chat is 100% gay now.
I have just infected you with gay nurse syndrome.
Sorry, Hunley. The Nightbot. I've been tweaking this. I still got to tweak the settings. She's the Nightbot Terminator. I apologize.
Hi, Hunley. I've watched a couple of your videos. We've never interacted.
But yes, I think what we need to do in regards to the LGBT community is for the B and the G and the L needs to go in their own separate way.
Oh yeah, the G's have definitely gonna go. I think I'll be honest with you. I think the L's and the T's are lost. The B's, you guys have some. There's glimmers of hope there, but you've got to get out because it's not long before they come for you. They call us sexist and misogynistic. They're going to come for you and say that if you're not pansexual, then you're a transphobic bigot. So no,
I can see that happening.
See,
I think that the LGBT the rainbow must be broken and dissolved because it is completely corrupted by feminism and gender theory.
Right, and it's true. And one of the things I despise about the identity politics is when someone's transitioning and they're putting forth the effort, they're taking the hormones, they're going to therapy, they're putting forth all this effort to be the gender they want to transition into, and then you have another person just throws on a dress and be like, I'm a female now, no work, no blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I hate about it. It's just like anyone can say I'm transsexual and not put any work in it. That's what I hate about it. We're
fucking trenders.
Yes.
I hate them most of all of anybody I've ever encountered.
And we need
What's
more
worse,
people.
Trans-trender or non-binary, or are they the same thing in your mind?
All right, first off,
they're the same goddamn thing.
non-binary is bullshit. You heard it
Totally.
first. But we need more people. I'm going to kind of put you on the spot, Tran Anime. I'm sorry. We're going to need more people like Tran Anime to...
Tranime.
What?
We pronounce it wrong. It's Tranime.
What'd I say?
You said
Tran
anime.
Don't misname her.
I misgendered her. I'm
You
going
just
to
assumed my name.
We need more people, level-headed transsexuals who put forth the effort into transitioning to be like, hey, what you're doing is fucking retarded. You know, stop trying to lessen what we go through on a daily. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm on YouTube instead of moving on with my damn life like I planned to. I was going to transition, come home and play some Sonic, but no, all this crap had to happen.
Right. And also, at some point, I would really like to talk to you about transgenderism and all that at a separate date. That'd be a really interesting talk.
Sure.
And for me personally, I don't care whatever's between your junk. If we're in a relationship, that's
How
me
dare
and
you call it junk?
Some
It
people
is precious sexual treasure.
Hey, my old parts were thrown in the bin. They're junk.
I would have made such a great SJW if only I didn't have any integrity and morals. I was so good at this.
This video is gonna get flagged to death. Just watch.
It's your channel, not mine.
But Hunley made a good point. The L is utterly dominated by rad feminism.
The F is the silent. It's the silent F in the L, but the L is no longer an L. It's just an F now. We live in a weird times, man. And I kind of hate how social Marxism has kind of creeped into the ideology of the left. Well, I think it's probably been there for a long ass time, but Oh yeah, Michel Foucault. They've been on a silent march since the '60s. At this point, it's
just
everywhere.
frustrating.
Social Marxism is like cheap Chinese Android phones. They are everywhere. Even if you don't know what they are, in every corner, in every Walmart, you just don't know.
See, I'm the kind of person live and let live. As long as you don't infringe upon my rights, we'll be hunky-dory.
Live and let live is good unless you're living let live with, like, say, people that are active, typhoid vectors. Like,
right, and the whole anti-gun hysteria that's been going around is fucking... I want to strangle people, for real.
It's really funny because, again... gay Bay Area California guy, Democrat, for the longest time. I used to advocate the British gun control policy because I thought, I know, hashtag cucked.
I'm sorry, my fries spilled everywhere. Go ahead.
I used to think that was the solution, and the older I get and the more I delve into issues, I start to realize, oh, wait a minute, all of the worst things have nothing to do with actual gun laws. They have to do with like Parkside, it's sad that it's become a partisan issue to draw attention to the fact that, the AR-15 is really the last problem in the Parkside massacre. The last problem is the fact that there were almost 150 different complaints and warnings that this boy was mentally ill and dangerous, and no one did anything about it. That is what those stupid teens should be marching about, not about Congress do something about guns. They should be like, listen to the warning signs, take action.
As a gun owner, I own an AR-15. And the guy would have done a hell of a lot more damage with a pump action or semi-automatic shotgun.
I don't own any guns,
and
not because.
It's the whole Parkland situation is a massive fail on government, both locally and federal.
The sheriff's department, especially.
Mm-hmm. And I hate how these kids are standing on the graves of their fellow students to push a narrative. You have no idea how angry that makes me.
Well, not even just that. It's also the different news networks that are using them as propaganda, trying to pull heartstrings with them.
I forget who was talking about it just today. I was watching a video about that bald Mexican Ripley kid who was the one who asked for like the 6 minutes of pretentious silence in Washington. Like all the kids that are most active on CNN are not the ones that were even in the firing range. They don't want to talk to the ones that were actually, that actually got shot.
Well, yeah, there was also one of them, I guess, who was in around that area, who was in the areas where people were getting shot, and he's against all this gun control that's coming out. He's against more gun control, and there's like nothing on him.
No, I mean, and I think was there one who like during the walkout or whatever, he had a Second Amendment sign and they tried to arrest him, and he was there, like. But I mean, if I don't really believe that being a victim of an assault of any kind, I mean, yes, it's sad, but in the same way that I don't think that being, say, a victim of a rape makes you any kind of expert and more inherently, I don't believe in listen and believe for anything. Like, I mean, if something terrible happened to you, I'm sorry, and I want justice for you. But just because something terrible happened to you doesn't mean that you were imbued with special knowledge and authority outside of a few circumstances, especially when you're dealing with like the two main kids that CNN is talking to who weren't even in the same part of the school. They were victimized in that something terrible happened in their school and to their friends, but that's it. They were just around.
Also, apparently, there's some inconsistencies with one of the kids, David Hogg, with his story, because sometimes he said he was already at the school, and sometimes he says he wasn't at the school, basically, that he rode his bike there. There's some inconsistencies with his story. So
I'm willing to bet he's an actor.
I wouldn't say it's that, but I would just give him the benefit of the doubt that he was already there. But either way, he's lying about something.
I mean, I think he was, I haven't studied him too closely, but I know that he and the other girl that are always getting all the attention, they're involved in like student extracurricular activities and student government and politics. And, they're the kind of people, they're networkers. They're milking this regardless of what they did or didn't do or where they were or weren't. They're using the situation and happy to be used. As far as I'm concerned, if we have to talk to any of these kids, and honestly, I don't think we should be. I think they should be back at school learning. But if we have to talk to any of these kids, then we should be talking to that ROTC kid that had the brilliant idea to use the Kevlar to shield his classmates. Like, that's the kind of person that we want to be talking to about these sort of issues. The one that actually figured out, like, oh my God, something terrible is happening. Let me look around and protect my classmates.
And that gym teacher that was shot up protecting the students.
No, seriously, that man deserves whatever the highest civilian honor that they can get. I mean, like those are the people that CNN and all the other people should be talking to, not the stupid whatever the hell chick with the short Ripley haircut.
I want to smack her, dude. I really.
Oh, don't smack her. She would.
Are you talking about the lesbian?
Is she lesbian? I don't know.
I think she's bisexual. I have no idea.
Technically, I think she is bisexual, but everyone just calls her the lesbian.
It doesn't matter. She's a politically active, sexually ambiguous creature, but
she's a political, sexually ambiguous amoeba.
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck about her. Like her whole life is about validation, and I just I don't want to give it to her. I refuse to even learn her name at this point.
I don't know her name, so
no. You know what? The best thing we can do: don't slap her. She would love that. Oh my God, she would orgasm if you did that. No, the best thing you can do is ignore her. Yeah, oh my God, like such violence. No, the best thing you can do is ignore her. That will shrivel her up inside forever.
I would agree.
But back to the main point.
Bisexuality.
Well, actually, we can transition into her because she is.
We're transitioning now.
Yes. we're all females now.
If my transition would result in me being her, I would have backed out.
Be like, fuck this shit. Let's put my dick back on.
Wait, I transitioned now. Oh no!
Choke
Fuck,
over
I'm a
here.
chick now.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
be like, fuck this shit, but let's put my dick. But it's, man, the anti-gun people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
No.
Yes.
Did you watch Tim Pool?
I think so. The round that the AR fires 223 and 5.56, which is the military caliber. 223 is in a lot of hunting rifles. They're surprised that a 5.56 does what it's designed to do, which essentially it goes into your body and then it tumbles around doing the most damage as it can. That's what it does. That's what it's designed to do. Now, you can still get that same exact result if you fire a 9mm, a 45 or 40 cal with hollow points. It's still the same principle, same thing that will happen.
You might be interested in what Tim Pool was talking about. Apparently, Congress is either passed or is about to pass a law, which essentially will classify almost any weapon, including a Glock, as a assault weapon, which would mean it would be effectively banned.
I think I heard something about that just recently on the radio, but there's no way that's going to be able to get through.
Well, they're certainly going to try.
Even if it managed to get through, there would be so much backlash from
I know.
many people.
That's why they're trying so hard to use these kids and to try to make anyone who objects to it a racist. Now, I'll put my position on the table. Like, I do not own a gun. I've never fired a gun. I don't claim to know anything about guns. All the stupid shit I may have said in the past, I forget that now. I've held a gun a couple of times. You know what? It kind of disturbed me. I didn't enjoy it. But you know what? I'm a healthcare provider. I don't think I'm supposed to enjoy holding a weapon. But that's me. I don't begrudge other people. And I certainly, if I lived in the country or if I was routinely felt unsafe, or I had a family. Well, I mean, I have a family, but if I had children, people that depended on me and that literally could not depend themselves, I probably would own a gun. But even if I didn't, I just don't like this argument that's happening right now. I don't like the idea of trying to undo part of the Constitution based on this, the tears and the half selfish truths of high schoolers. Like, I said all kinds of stupid shit in high school, and thank God no one listened to me. And I'm sorry, these kids are no different. Other than the fact that they were in the vicinity of a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, the things I said back when I was younger.
Thanks, Jagan.
God,
see you later, man.
Bye, Jagan.
But look, guns are designed to kill. Yes. But they are a tool like anything else. I bought my AR-15 because I work, as everyone knows, I work armed security. And I was in the southern part of the city that is known for high crime. I had to wear body armor where I was working. And
like Overwatch?
No, like bulletproof vest. And I bought the AR as a backup weapon to keep in my trunk in case a bunch of dudes come in with something bigger than a handgun. So for me, buying an AR was, a backup. It was a lifeline just in case shit hit the fan.
An investment.
Correct.
Basically.
And now that I have a much safer arm guard position, I'm still keeping my AR for home defense. When my girlfriend's here, I taught her how to shoot it. I taught her how to clean it. She knows how to work my rifle in case someone comes in.
I bet she does know how to work your rifle.
Oh, she does very good at it. Wink, wink. I talked to her. I showed her how to use it and everything, so she knows if someone busts through our door, they're gonna get a couple 30 rounds of 5.56 to the dick. because my girlfriend knows how to use it and she's not afraid to. She doesn't like guns, but she understands that they are a necessary evil.
From an anatomical point of view, if you wish to actually prevent the person from ever coming back again, the penis is not the best place to shoot them. You should shoot them in the belly.
I just want to watch them bleed and not procreate.
Well, yeah. I mean, I probably shouldn't be spreading this kind of information.
Well, yeah,
no,
everyone knows a gut shot is, unless you get it fixed quickly, you're dead.
I will tell you from a medical point of view, like a sufficiently large gunshot to the belly, unless you're like directly next door to Stanford and Jesus is on hand, like you're pretty much dead. Just so you know. Not that you should. Don't
funny.
Put that in my lap. I don't want to deal with the paperwork.
It's funny because the body armor nowadays doesn't cover your stomach. It covers your vital organs on your chest.
You think it? I mean, maybe that has something to do with the size of Americans and how uncomfortable that would be.
Well, there is better versions of that. But still,
I consider all of my organs vital. That's just me.
Me too.
Even your tonsils.
Yes.
You wear tonsil armor.
Tonsil armor. Oh, guys, be sure to follow me at Your Cracker God on Twitter. As you know, a few weeks back I was banned for making a tranny joke. So
and we will address that very soon.
Yes.
What joke was that?
It was about you, Tranime.
Yeah, no, it wasn't about you. So this girl, I'm gonna be disrespectful now. This girl said she was transitioning female to male.
Mm-hmm.
And she was responding to some of these tweets like, how a teenage girl would. So jokingly, I retweeted it. I said, "That's not how a man responds. Let me show you the ways of the penis, young grasshopper." And below that, I said, "Here are acceptable responses. Thanks, faggot. Thanks, bro. Thank you, retard," or something. I was banned. It was flagged. My account was flagged to death, and I was banned within an hour.
You might as well have gone to Twitter headquarters and just thrown feces at Twitter's president and seen what happens.
Pretty much.
I would watch that on YouTube.
I think it would be flagged, but it would be endlessly mirrored.
Yes.
I was giving her male advice, and I'm like, whenever you get your penis, remember to shake it 3 times before you put it back, so you don't get pee all over you.
Not 4, then you're playing with yourself.
Exactly. And I said, don't wear tighty whities. Only old men wear tighty whities, either boxers or boxer briefs.
Oh, dude, that's such you may be bi, but that's such straight man advice. No, you got to get the Brazilian style underwear because that shit is hot.
Get off with that gay shit.
It's not even gay. It just makes you look better. Men look good in Brazilian style. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, look it up. They sell it at Kohl's. It's not even that weird. It's basically like a Speedo that you sleep in. It's very comfortable. They come in different colors, and yeah, it's way better.
So, I think we're running out of shit to talk about. So, does anyone have any topics or
besides Brazilian underwear?
Besides,
how was that joke even? That joke was not transphobic. It really wasn't. It was kind of funny.
Well,
it wasn't the real joke, Tranime. He actually said that you were like the ending of Evangelion.
Well, we did have an angry Twitter exchange, and I think what got me banned was I told her there's more to being a man than putting on our clothes and talking like us. That may have been a key factor. Because I
wilted the poor flower.
But it's true, though.
It is.
Hey, truth is the ultimate transphobia.
But that's the thing, about that is when people have said to me, "Oh, well, what it's like on the other side," I'm like, No, I really don't. It doesn't make it. Guys don't make sense to me.
That's why you had to transition.
Yeah.
That's to me that definitely betrayed the idea that when you tell a trans person that that they understand what it was like to live as the other, like this idea that male to female transsexuals have male privilege because they lived as men. I mean, that's besides being like feminist cancer to the core, it also is just profoundly ignorant of what it means. Now you'll have to tell me, but from what I understand it to mean to be transsexual, because if you have dysphoria, that means you don't have the experiences of being a male because you're not in your mind and your experience a real male or a male. You are, there's something wrong that you need to correct to get to
the best I did before I came, before I started the process was mimicry. That was the best I could pull up.
Thing.
Yeah,
that was like when I was younger and trying to be straight. Yeah, I would go on dates and I would talk to women, and it was, oh my god, if I could watch myself.
I can picture it right here. Just walk in at, hi, my fellow mans. What is up? How's everyone having a bro morning?
Oh, it was so cringy and awful. I mean, I would go on. I don't understand how I could justify it to myself. Like I don't know if we ever talked about. I think I might have told you about my early life. I grew up very Christian. Fell in love with a man with an ethnicity who I swear is real, even though it sounds made up. He was a Norwegian Mexican Jew. I swear to God, it's a real person. I swear he's real. Anyway, I fell in love with this dude, and I was very religious, and I had just come out in like 7th grade, and I told my classmates, and then I met him. He wasn't from my school. I'd grown up with the same 20 people for like 8 years because it was a tiny ass school.
So they knew you were gay.
Yeah, but I didn't actually say it until 7th grade, and it was one of those really dramatic. We all cried, and Bibles were exchanged. It was yeah. But anyway, though, so yeah, I came out to them, and then the next year I fell in love with this straight dude, and he told me about this before I came out to him. He told me the story about this gay friend of his who came out to him in a movie theater, and he hopped back to the next row, and they never hung out again. And I was dumb enough and hormonal enough to oh yeah, gay people are annoying. And then I became one of the only gay people to ever go back into the closet because I thought that's what I needed to do to be near him. And then spent the next 7 years in the closet trying to be like his brother who also wanted to have sex with him and would go on dates, but still hooked up with guys on Craigslist.
Wow, you're into that incest, aren't you?
I mean, I didn't really. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really trying to be his brother per se, but you know what I mean. I was like, bro,
very close friend, kind of.
It was bromance before there was bromance. I was like, I love you, bro, and I was thinking in my head, I really love you.
I love you, bro. Put it in my ass, bro.
No
homo, bro.
You're not wrong. That's all I'm gonna say.
Put it in my ass, bro. No homo. You gotta say no homo, otherwise it's gay.
No homo. Yeah, it's funny because I'm actually a raging top. But for him, I probably would have bought him just because that's how in love I was with him. Even though that's just not what I do. Tried it, not into it. I just no.
So much blood.
No. If there's blood involved, you're definitely doing something wrong. But no, hey, Bottoms, I love you. I'm all about you, but I'm not one of you.
I need something to drink, and I'm all out of water.
Just in case you haven't been thoroughly demonetized yet. I will ensure this. Here, let's get Cracker flagged. No. If any of you fucks flag him, you will pay. A Japanese girl with hair in front of her face will come out of your television, and we know, if the Japanese know anything, there is nothing scarier than a girl with hair in front of her face
and a
nothing.
giant penis.
Hmm? Does she have a giant penis? It just seems like every Japanese horror movie has a girl with hair in her face. Like, I don't know.
They're a trap.
Trapame. That's your sister channel, Traname. Trapame.
Trapame.
What?
Like that'll be like the clone channel for you. Someone.
That might be the cheap knockoff.
That's what I'm saying. It's the clone channel, but and then you can say like, no, I was there. You're just the cheap knockoff. But this right here, this is Gucci. You're some Prada shit. Or whichever way. I actually don't know very much about brands because I'm not that kind of gay. I'm the only gay in the world who doesn't know anything about clothes. I know everything about furniture, but no one gives a fuck.
Is your gay broken?
Yeah, I got expensive tastes. I like Walmart and Target.
Oh, girl, respect yourself. At least get IKEA. Damn.
Where would I put in the IKEA? I don't have a home.
Well, if you're going to Walmart, you must have somewhere to put it.
In my van.
Oh,
Put my clothes in my van.
She lives in a van by down the river.
Oh,
actually, I'm in a desert. I don't even have a damn river.
So that was a
maybe
SNL
you should
joke.
actually change your name. Maybe you should change your name from Traname to Vaname.
Oh, that's actually the van has Wi-Fi in it, and that's actually the Wi-Fi name.
You're kidding.
No, that's
I am
legit.
so good.
I could show you a screenshot if you wanted to. That's legit the name of the Wi-Fi in the van.
That's so funny. Actually, I will say this though. If you live in a van, then you're familiar with tiny homes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well then you do know then that tiny homes, that furniture, it's all from IKEA. Like, Europeans understand small spaces. Americans, our companies will never understand small spaces. Like, a small space in America, in like Japan, is like a duplex or something, or like a triplex even. Like, if you want,
Japan has like those like coffin-sized tube hotels.
oh, you know what? We should totally have those because I think that would be the way to solve the homeless crisis.
You know what else would solve the homeless crisis?
Eugenics.
A wood chipper.
We're not wrong. I have a
not you. You're cool.
You're not a vagrant, like, in the same way as the person who's sleeping in front of, like, you know, the Starbucks at 3 in the morning. Because you have Vaname.
Somebody took his van.
You know what? I think heroin took his van. If you're
fair enough.
If you're sleeping in front of a Starbucks at 3 in the morning, like, unless you are the subject of like a Lifetime original movie, you know, chances are it was drugs.
It was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna end it there. Thanks y'all for coming on. So what I'm gonna do is have you shill yourself, and then I'm gonna run the intro. And when I tell you I'm running the intro, don't talk. Be
silent.
Be fucking silent. So
that just makes me want to talk more.
Don't do it. Don't be. You
sanitary. Shut your trap, Traname.
Such a trap.
There.
So go ahead. Let's ladies puns first. So Traname, do your thing.
Well, I have a channel on YouTube where I pretty much make fun of trans trenders. That's pretty much what I do. That's like most of my content, or at least it was supposed to be.
We love you for it.
Yeah, if I could just get some equipment to make more content on, I'd be making more of it.
We all want equipment, Traname. All of us.
God damn it.
I don't even know what to say to that. All right. Kat, go ahead and say your bit.
Hello, people. I'm our Cat's Gay. Aside from being an incredibly juvenile, crude punster, I'm also a YouTuber that likes to talk about GigTow, gays going their own ways, and why LGBT is just a cancerous mistake that we all need to leave if we value ourselves and society.
So if your channel gets bigger, are you Teratau?
Teratau?
Tear it down.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm being dense. I don't understand.
Gigs to terabytes.
Oh my god.
This isn't even
weird.
my final form.
Oh my god. My power level's over 9,000 terabytes. Oh my god, that's touche. I like that. That's good.
I am a computer nerd, so
You just gave me an SSD.
All right.
nice.
Rational Outlaw, your move, Kaiba.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rational Outlaw. I have a YouTube channel by the same name. You can also follow me on Facebook and minds.com at Mr. Rational Outlaw, and Twitter and a bunch of other social media.
I'll
You
post
can
the
also
links.
follow him in front of his house.
Y'all go ahead and DM me your information, and I'll post in the link in the description, so y'all can check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and run the outro. I'm gonna go ahead and
Shut
talk.
the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk over it because hey, please subscribe if you haven't. So pretty much what I'm doing when I ask you to subscribe is I'm trying to say, let me suck your dick for a sum. So.
Hey.
It's been working so far. I got a little, got some protein issues, but whatever. All right, let's do it. All right, now I'm going to boot you. Muted. Haha! The Cracker God has spoken. All right, let me go ahead and do it. Hi, I'm the Critical Cracker, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please check out my co-host down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.